Look, today is Day of Giving across all of ALLCITY. Of course, donate for a great cause, but I would really like it if you guys got us to the Shark Tale watch-along tier, because I've really been wanting to watch that movie.
My sister, she had a baby. Happy Tuesday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. Of course, presented by Branded Bills. Make sure you head to brandedbills.com and use that code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by Erik Ruby. We've got the deli man behind the Mac making all of the magic
I got the government
happen. You got the government name
my
today.
God.
It's because it is exactly what you said. It is a day of giving here at PHNX and all of ALLCITY, raising money for big brothers, big sisters in Rubis. We got some stuff on the line if we hit some certain marks here.
I mean, I'm really rooting for you guys to donate this money, obviously to help out a great cause, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Central Arizona, but please, there's some really cool stuff on here that I'd like to do.
There's some good ones.
Let's do a quick rundown. We'll recap halfway through.
Yeah.
$50 a dance party, pretty standard, but it's going to be a special one.
And this is an accumulation.
Yep.
Right? So this isn't like one person donates. Yes. This is an accumulation for everybody.
Yeah. So $50 dance party. It'll be our standard dance party with a little extra oomph to
I'll
it.
do a never-before-seen dance move on PHNX Sun Devils.
Wow. Okay.
$100 is every Jesus Gomez game-winning kick we are going to recreate.
Yeah.
So the distance, the spot of the ball from the hash, everything, and we have to make them.
Or else we can't leave.
Yeah.
Or we can't leave.
Fair. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Those were some lengthy ones.
I don't think there was one that was crazy long.
I think probably 40.
I think we're maybe underestimating how
got
difficult it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm first try each one.
$250, pretty self-explanatory. We will do a watch-along to Shark Tale.
Yeah.
I'm
juiced.
That's going to be a banger. $500 Iron Devils workout, which means we're going to have to get Joe Connolly or somebody of the like to put us through a workout that ASU football does.
Deli Man really doesn't want to do that one.
Yeah,
he said yesterday he really didn't want to do that one.
I don't at all, actually. $1,000 is a beer mile. Go to a track somewhere. Every single 250 meters, we will
chug a beer.
Is it 250 meters? 400 meters.
400 meters, yeah.
Every 400 meters, we will chug a beer for one lap completed, and then you have to keep going
for a full mile.
So
cool.
That's for a K.
Yep.
If we hit a K today, then that is what we will do.
If you're looking for the donate button, it is underneath the chat. I know we've had some issues earlier today about donating on mobile, so you might have to head over to desktop. But it's for a great cause, and it should be a lot of fun.
Short bus. I know you're rolling in it. Give us 500.
Hit the like button.
Wow,
hit the subscribe button.
I didn't even mean it like that, but it is funny.
Drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. A ton to get into today, but clearly on a Tuesday morning, the Deli Man had plenty of orders, and we got a couple new sets of grade A beef for Arizona State. One on offense, one on defense. We're going to get into those guys also. Tomorrow is the start of the early signing period, so expect to see a lot of those class of 2026 recruits put pen to paper. The sooner they can do that, the sooner and more likely it is that they are out here in the spring participating in spring ball for Arizona State, which we know is massive in terms of just kind of getting acclimated to the game prior to, getting out there fall camp. If you do get out there as a true freshman at fall camp, you really are pretty far behind, at least in my eyes. So excited to see a bunch of those guys. You got a class of 2027 commit, the very first for Arizona State. We'll talk about it a little bit later on. And then the first Arizona State Sun Devil to hit the transfer portal. That news broke this morning as well. We're going to get into all of that, but Rubus, I feel like we'd be doing a disservice to everybody if we didn't start with the news that came down this morning. That is Jermaine Mitchell. Jermaine Mitchell, 6'8", 310 pounds, just slightly smaller than I am. Flipped from Georgia to Arizona State, not just the number one offensive tackle at the JUCO level in this class, but the number one JUCO recruit, regardless of position in the country, is an Arizona State Sun Devil.
This is big.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people...
literally gigantic.
Literally. I think a lot of people are still catching up to the fact that, like, JUCO players can be really, really good at football.
Yeah.
And to take the number one JUCO player in the country who was good enough to be wanted by Georgia and to flip him. That's a big deal. When's the last time ASU flipped somebody from Georgia?
I have no idea.
They were in the running for Branch.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I can't remember the last time that they flipped from such a premier blue blood program.
Yeah.
And I think big picture, obviously, this offensive line has needed a pretty big turnaround going into next season. Hopefully some internal development and then some external additions as well. If you are going to convince Sam Leavitt to stay, if you are going to be able to scheme up a better offense next year, you need to have a better offensive line. This is where it starts, and this is quite the way for Kenny Dillingham to rebound from one of the lower moments that we've seen, losing to Arizona, to in the couple of days after that, not only flip the number one JUCO player, but also a couple of the other things that we'll talk later in the show. So grade A Wagyu beef down in the trenches for ASU.
Yeah, best on the market at that level. Again, like we will have a tail of the tape a little bit later on in the week, just taking a look at what Jermaine brings to this Arizona State offensive line. But size is obviously a big piece of it, right? I think if you were watching Arizona State football consistently this past season, you knew and it felt like there was certainly a drop-off in terms of offensive line production from that 2024 season to 2025. Now, again, Cam Scadaboo makes everything look a lot better on the offensive line as he did in 2024. But overall, when you're returning as much talent as Arizona State did in 2024 and 2025 on the offensive line, you had higher expectations, right? Mm-hmm. Max Ahanachor as your right tackle. People were talking about him as potentially a NFL draft pick. The left side of your offensive line, and Josh Atkins, there were high expectations there. We know that Ben Coleman, your center, and then at one point left guard, tore his biceps. He was done for the season. Kyle Scott at right guard, right? There wasn't necessarily a huge ceiling for this team along the offensive line, and I think that was clear. But as it stands right now with the addition of Jermaine, again, who has got just supreme size, the exact size that you would look for a bookend tackle, I think he's got to be the betting favorite to be your starting left tackle. And, of course, they got to go through spring ball. They got to go through fall camp. And there's other guys I'm sure they'll add, guys they want to see progress. But when you add a guy of this caliber, somebody, again, that was previously committed to Georgia, the expectation is that he's going to come in and be a day one starter at a very key position for Arizona State. This isn't just, a regular JUCO guy or a regular high school player that they were able to get to commit. This is somebody that, again, there are expectations that he's going to come in and start at that position. Yeah,
I mean, and again, to take somebody on the JUCO level and to do that is big time. I mean, it's a testament to him at the JUCO level as well. I mean, to even be wanted by a Georgia or an Arizona State or whoever it might be, it is a testament to how good this guy is. By the way, big shout out to Robert, donated $20 to Big Brothers.
Wow, huge.
Big Sisters of America. We are almost to the dance party, $30 more, and we get to a dance party, $80 more. We get to recreating all of Jesus Gomez's game-winning field goals. Feels like that one maybe should have been a little bit higher. $250 for a Shark Tail watch-along. That one should have been a little bit lower. And then $500 for an Iron Devils workout and $1,000 for a beat mile. I mean, I just hit all of them. We appreciate you, Robert. And this isn't for us. This is for a great cause across all of ALLCITY, even the U of A trolls that are in here. Spare the change that you have. Help out a good cause. Jake says, even after a loss, there's truly nothing more embarrassing than being a U of A fan.
I mean, that's fair. That's 100% fair.
Hey, Aaron donated $5. Let's go.
Love that. Appreciate you, Aaron. Aaron also picked up our drinks.
Yes.
At the PHNX Sun Devils postgame show. So we appreciate that. Getting back to this offensive line, again, we talk about the players last year along the offensive line probably not meeting standards as a unit. I don't want to put it on one player individually. I think, again, kind of as a group, they just didn't meet their own expectations. And getting somebody, again, like this, I think really puts into perspective what the mindset is going into this offseason. And that is, we are going to go get players to help us win now.
Mhm.
This is not like we're going to go build again. Like Arizona State evidently feels like they have solid depth at certain positions, grooming talent to really develop and take that next step, which I think you saw last year, specifically along the offensive line. Maki Stewart, Makua Pule, getting some serious run at those positions. We know Champ Westbrooks is certainly in the conversation next year at a tackle spot. With the addition of Jarmaine, it feels more like a right tackle spot if Champ is going to be that guy, and that's primarily where he's been working anyways. I'm sure, again, they'll bring in guys to compete for these positions. But I think one thing that I have specifically noticed covering Arizona State throughout the Dilly era versus some of the other years, and I've said this previously, is when you're on field, it looks completely different than when you look on TV, right? And I remember Dilly's first year, Oregon came to town, and you had just that gigantic Oregon offensive line, gigantic. Everybody in Oregon was just huge, right? And they looked nothing like the offensive and defensive linemen that Arizona State had and was putting on the field. And again, that's not necessarily a knock on Dilly his first year. It's going to be difficult to recruit those types of players. But we're looking now at just, again, roughly, and I know it's super, super early, but the left side of your offensive line, let's just assume that it's Jarmaine Mitchell at left tackle, 6'8", 310 pounds. Maki Stewart, let's say he returns as your starting left guard, 6'5", 285, 300 pounds. Like, the left side of your offensive line is NFL size. Those are NFL size guys. Now, of course, I think you need a certain kind of, you need a new center, or you need somebody that can come in and at least compete at a really high level at that center position with Makua. I think that'll make a massive difference. And then I'm excited to see what the right side of the offensive line looks like too, because again, you're losing Kyle Scott, you're starting right guard, somebody who's been starting at that position for the last 2 seasons. So you need to bring in someone to compete at that spot too. And then again, whether it's Champ or Jalen Clem at that right tackle spot, this offensive line already looks different, and this will not be the only addition in the trenches for ASU.
Well, I mean, you need depth in the trenches. You need depth to compete throughout a season. You just need depth to compete within a game. When you shuffle guys in and out, you never know when you're going to need somebody to step up for a big play, for a big block. Somebody gets banged up a little bit. We have our first Totri mispronunciation of the offseason. Makai
Stewart. There you go.
But it's okay.
I know it's okay.
It's okay.
I appreciate you letting me know it was okay.
That's a sushi roll.
Hey.
$1,500
Totri goes to school.
I go to school anyways, man.
Not to teach.
Clearly not, because it's anyway. Not anyways. The S is superfluous. Got your ass.
Who? Me? You got me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Who,
drop
me?
a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Alan in the chat says, to take the next step, we need D tackles that are 6'2", 300 pounds, and D ends that are 6'4", 250 pounds. Well, look, Jarmaine Mitchell, not the only addition, specifically not the only JUCO addition for Arizona State over the last couple of days. Like we said, Jarmaine Mitchell, the #1 JUCO recruit in the country. Arizona State just so happened to add the #8 JUCO recruit in the country just a few days ago. Rubus, do you want to go ahead and give this name a try, since apparently I need to go back to school?
Absolutely.
Go
on
ahead.
The other side of our first break.
I'm going to keep it simple. Guys, you got UFC this weekend. You know exactly what I'm going to be doing, especially considering there is no Arizona State game. But UFC, some conference championships, they go perfect with Pure Edibles. I am ready for the uplifting effects of Pure Edibles to take my weekend to the next level, watching Texas Tech just absolutely rout BYU, thanks to all of the different gummies that Pure has. I tell you every single day that Pure is my favorite. I mean, just
Everything.
just
your
gummy.
favorite,
I don't want to call them
period.
specifically just a gummy company, but they make my favorite gummies, and it's because they taste like candy and they're not covered in sugar like all of their competitors. Now, if you're somebody that maybe doesn't want the uplifting effects and you maybe need help sleeping, like Rubus here, well, try the sleep support gummies. They work as well. Make sure you go find yourself some Pure Edibles products from one of the over 130 dispensaries across Arizona.
Pure Edibles gets Totri so high, he'll pronounce your name right. Look, always love talking about branded bills because branded bills helps you make your brand stand apart from the crowd. Now, sometimes it's big, global brands like Arizona State University, the #1 school in innovation. They, of course, are partnered with ASU and 40 other universities across the country, but also they partner with medium, big, smaller businesses. They have our own partnership here at PHNX. We have our own PHNX hats, plus they can partner with you and your business. Whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitted beanies, or tees, Brandon Bills has you covered with performance and style. They also partner with the Phoenix Suns. Of course, they're just trying to get after my own heart. I love Branded Bills because they literally just feel good on my head. The quality has not gone down. Hell, I work out in Branded Bills hats sometimes. I'll throw them in the washer. They come out the other side.
Huge.
Perfectly fine.
Love that for you, man.
Literally, Branded Bills are the best. Head to brandedbills.com. Use code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order.
Rubus, you know the one thing that you love almost as much as Arizona State football and your wife?
What?
The Phoenix Suns.
Almost.
And of course, you got
Wife,
a
and then everything else.
wife, Totri, Kenny Dillingham,
Wife. Totri,
everything else.
everything
There you go.
else.
There you go. Suns watch party, though.
Suns watch party right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yes. Look, we have a Suns watch party coming up later next week, 6 days from now, actually, next Monday, against the Minnesota Timberwolves out of Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Look, Megan, I do not love the Suns more than I love you, but I do love the Suns quite a bit, and I love our Suns community. Very excited about this team. 13-9, big win over the Lakers last night. Big game against the Rockets on Friday. And then it's Minnesota, who the Suns had one of the most improbable comebacks in NBA history the last time that they played them just a couple of weeks ago. So come hang out with us at Gila River Resorts Casinos Wild Horse Pass on Monday at 5:30.
Jeez. The Green M&M and all the ASU folks in here are just really going after Desert Kid 520 here. I condone it. I absolutely condone the verbal things that are going on.
I'm a huge fan of Desert Kid's Twitter or
The
profile
avatar?
picture.
Yeah, the profile picture is pretty funny.
It does kind of go crazy.
It makes the incessant trash talking like even better, honestly. By the way, we are $25 of our day of giving. That is halfway to our goal for a dance party, 75 away from recreating Jesus Gomez's game-winning kicks, $225 away from a Shark Tale watch-along.
I'm gonna be real, guys. I really want to do a Shark Tail watch.
Dude, me
talking
too.
a while about
I
the Shark Tale
really want to do a
I'm
Shark Tale
excited to see
watch-along.
the thumbnail for the Shark Tale watch along. Like, I'm really amped for that
It's
one.
gonna be Eric's face, puppet warped on the shrimp.
Dude, Megan does the best shrimp impersonation. She started doing it recently, and it sounds like identical. It's crazy. We'd have to get her on the Shark Tale watch along. A beer mile at 1,000, by the way, which would also be great. She literally just commented she does a good impression of the shrimp. Well, you'll never find out if we don't do a Shark Tale watch along. So get us to $250. The donate button right under the chat. Please donate for a good cause. Big brothers, big sisters of America. We're trying to raise across all of ALLCITY in just one day $10,000. We're at $3,255. So a little bit of time to go over the next 9 hours. So please help us out. My sister had a baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kenny Dillingham got a recruit.
Jermaine Mitchell on the offensive side of the ball, and then on the defensive side of the ball, Kirtland Vakalahi.
I thought you wanted me to do it.
Well, yeah, I was waiting for you to do it, and you just never took it. So here we are.
I think you did really good.
I think I did too. Well, I mean, we'll ask him tomorrow when he's on the show. So
Breaking
little
news.
teaser, if you want to go ahead and see why he committed to Arizona State, of course, we'll ask him that on top of a bunch of other things. Maybe his favorite Shark Tale character.
Well, he's from Australia, so I've got lots of
You
questions
got a lot of
about
Aussie
Australia.
questions?
Yes.
Totally valid.
Aussie.
Look, I think,
Oi,
again,
oi.
going into this offseason, the two biggest glaring holes for this team, offensive and defensive line.
Yeah.
Because of the players that you're losing at those positions. So, of course, to get Jermaine offensively, we'll show you who's leaving, or at the very least expected to leave in just a little bit. But I do want to talk a little bit more about Kirtland, because this is somebody that, again, has the type of size that you're looking for at that position. Somebody that, again, is listed at 6'5", 260 pounds along the defensive line. He is massive, somebody that I feel like can rush the passer, along with being an interior run stuffer. I'm excited to see how Arizona State utilizes him along the defensive line. And we know that Arizona State has had a lot of success bringing in guys that didn't necessarily commit to Arizona State as high schoolers along this defensive line.
Yeah, sorry to get a little distracted, but Ben Cheesty donated $50.
50 bones.
That means we're at 75, which means dance party at the end of the show.
Is it dance party at the end of the show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we are only $25 away from having to recreate every single Jesus Gomez
Getting
field goal.
to recreate.
And that means we are we're inching closer to Shark Tale Watch Along.
We are.
Please. We want to watch Shark Tale. No, the size though of Vakalahi is going to be massive, pun intended. Again, you think back to last year around this time when ASU was playing in the Big 12 championship and being down on the field as Iowa State and ASU were on the field at the same time. There was a noticeable difference between the size of those two teams, and it showed because ASU was just dominant, right? If you want to continue to elevate your program, yes, you have to identify good talent. And talent is very important. Clearly, these aren't just two guys that are big. They're the number 1 and number 8 JUCO player in the country. You got to have talent, but you got to have these building blocks, right? If you want to commit to being competitive, you've got to field guys that are big enough to do so in the trenches. I think they have a good base. Like you mentioned, some of the guys that we talked about on the offensive line, they got Joshua Shanklin. Who was he the number 1 player in JUCO
the number
last
1
year?
JUCO edge rusher.
A JUCO edge rusher last year. He redshirted, so he'll be coming next year as well. And I trust Kenny Dillingham's evaluation of these guys, right? As much as you like the high school recruiting class part of things, and we'll talk about a specific recruit later in the show, to really compete now, unless you're getting these like high 5-star guys,
even then,
it's transfer portal stuff.
Yeah.
And JUCO is still competitive, but not as competitive. And if you can identify talent that you really want, and it's top tier JUCO talent, that should help translate over to the Power 4, Power 5 level.
So much that goes into evaluating talent, how the talent gets utilized. I saw this on Twitter the other day, and I wanted to get into it a little bit later, but you bring it up now. And like, I saw somebody specifically, maybe it was in a message board comment, that got posted on X or something, that was like, how are we getting out recruited by U of A? Because I think U of A has like 6 4-stars in their class or something like that. And in my mind, it's like, I understand maybe some of the frustration. I see where you're coming from.
The optics of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know how many 4-stars Arizona State had on their 2025 recruiting class? Off the top of your head.
2.
You don't know, right? That's the answer to the question. Yeah. Shane, do you know?
Yeah, I think it was 2. I think it was.
Was it 2?
Jason Brown Jr. and maybe it was just no.
No, because Jason Brown was 2024.
No, 2025.
Oh, sorry, 2025. Yeah.
My point is nobody knows, right? We're gonna go 3 years from now, and you're gonna ask how many 4-stars, how many 3-stars? Like it, you don't know because you don't remember. You know why you don't remember? Because you don't see them on the field. True freshmen rarely play at their universities right off rip, right? Even at big time schools, it just doesn't happen. And odds are, the majority of them are going to transfer anyways. That's just college football. That's where we're at right now, right? Is you can have somebody that can commit to you, and 5 months later, they can go somewhere else, right? And 5 months after that, they can go somewhere else. It's not about the stars that they're given. It's about how the coaches and how the players utilize those stars. It's about how they fit into the systems, how they fit in the program. Like, there is so much more that goes into it, and I get it. I totally understand. It would be nice to have the #1 recruiting class in the country. But, again, can you rip the top 3 recruiting classes from last year? No, nobody can.
And like there's parts where it matters, right? Like you look at Penn State, who has completely lost all of their recruits. They've all flipped to Virginia Tech, right? And that's okay. That when you're looking at extremes on either end of it, right? Top 1 to 5 recruiting classes in the country for these blue blood programs. Okay, that's big time. These guys probably aren't going to play immediately, except for a couple of them. And then other than that, they're depth pieces that you just basically try to develop.
Yeah.
And then you look all the way down to the bottom of it. Okay, well, that also matters as well. So it's when you're in that middle ground where, yes, it matters, right? How many guys has ASU recruited and turned into long-term pieces, right? Keith Abney, CJ Fight. Those are 2 of the biggest pieces on your defense this year that you recruited, right?
Yeah.
That you brought here. But look at some of the other top-end talent that you've had. Sam Levitt, transfer portal. Jordan Tyson, transfer portal. Cam Scadaboo, lower level team in the transfer portal.
Who was a 0-star recruit.
A 0-star recruit. It's not the end-all, be-all. You can't completely abandon it. You got to continue to find and evaluate the right talent. But if you want to continue to compete and you're turning over a lot of your roster for whatever reason, the transfer portal is the way to do that nowadays, and then supplement through your recruits and your rankings and try to develop. It used to be the other way around, and that's not the case anymore.
No, it's not. And again, like, you have to keep in mind, like, I know you love to hear the 4 stars and the 5 stars, and that's great and fine, right? And Cam Scadaboo is often used as it relates to Arizona State as like the example, right? Somebody that went from Sac State to ASU as a 0-star recruit. Jordan Tyson was a 3-star recruit in high school and a 3-star recruit in the transfer portal. Keith Abney was a 3-star recruit, somebody that's going to be in the NFL. CJ Fight, a 3-star recruit, somebody that's going to be in the NFL. In that same class, that same recruiting class, you know who the highest recruit was? The highest rated recruit.
In 2023?
In the 2023 recruiting class.
Was it a wide receiver?
Nope.
Who was it?
Former 5-star quarterback Jaden Rashada.
Yeah, Jaden Rashada.
So,
I was like, it's somebody big.
You don't worry about the 5-star, 4-star, 3-stars, right?
It doesn't always translate.
No, it again, especially at Arizona State, when was the last time it did translate that you got a 5-star or 4-star and it worked out the exact way that you wanted it to?
$20 from Anonymous. Thank you, whoever that was.
Yes.
We appreciate
We're
you.
at 95.
Appreciate that.
And there's 10 from CJ Werner.
Boom.
So 105. We are now recreating every single Jesus Gomez field goal, and we are less
game-winning field goal. Game-winning field goal.
We are less than $150 away from a Shark Tale watch-along. Folks, I have it on good authority. We should be getting a $25 donation from Papa Ruby at some point when he is able to get to a computer and do so.
Dude, Shark Tale watch along is going to go so dumb.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
For those of you who just joined, the 3 tiers remaining right now, we're at $105 to get to a Shark Tale watch along, which is self-explanatory. We need $250 to get to a $500, or to get to a the next tier is $500, where we will do a workout with the Sun Devils strength and conditioning staff, and $1,000 is a beer mile, where every 400 meters we drink a beer and run them. And
I kind of want to do the beer mile.
So do I.
I mean, you can do it on your own time.
No.
Yeah.
Gotta do it for the content.
Wes Beasy, stars are overrated, to be honest. Champ used to kick 4 and 5 stars ass, started in the All-America Bowl as a high 3-star and kicked more ass. Yeah, like, again, 3-star, like, the stars aren't given by, like, coaches.
I mean, the last 5-star that, like, long-term worked out was Jaden Daniels, right? And obviously the time here at ASU brings a lot of mixed emotions, but that guy goes on to win a Heisman and be a successful NFL quarterback, you know, through his short career so far. That's like a 5-star that you look at, you're like, okay, like that hit, right? But you look at it from a team perspective, it's like, okay, well, the guy that he was throwing to, Short Bus in the chat says Ayuk was a JUCO kid, right? Like you are always able to find talent in the rough. That entire
These
team
guys
last
aren't
year,
perfect. I'm telling you, the guys that do this, that are putting the stars, they're not perfect at their job. You know, maybe my favorite 4-star out of high school that played 1 year at Arizona State?
Caleb Black.
Drew Pine was
Pine.
a 4-star quarterback coming out of high school.
What was Conover? Conover was a...
I don't even want to talk about
I'm
that
pretty sure
guy.
Conover was a 4-star.
Jacob Conover, let's see. Jacob Conover was a 4-star coming out of high school, and he is, to this day, the single worst college football player that I've ever seen.
He was really good in high school.
That's great. That's fantastic. I was also really good in high school.
No, he was like state championship leading quarterback.
He got the league, or he got to college football, and it didn't matter. Like, again, you can't put too much stock into it. You have to have trust in the coaching staff that they're going to find the guys and the players that will fit the mold of the program that they're trying to build at Arizona State. I think over the last several seasons, they have certainly done that. The JUCO football route for Arizona State has worked out a lot recently. Mm-hmm. They're the only program in the country right now that has 2 players that are ranked in the top 10 in terms of those JUCO recruits here in the class of 2026. I believe Illinois has one just on the outside of the top 10 and one inside the top 10.
But the thing I always look at here, because we're talking about so much about development, like you look at the 3-star kids that have the things you can't teach, like size, like CJ Fight. Mm-hmm. Like you can't teach, what are his dimensions? 6'3", 300. Like you don't teach that.
Yeah.
And so when you get them in the door, that's really important.
Ben Coleman,
the guy you just got today. Talk about dimensions. 6'8", 310. Like
he's a 3-star.
The dimensions?
Yeah.
Right? And he's a 3-star.
And Kenny Dillingham, I think, is going to do wonders with that kid.
You know who I guess not the second lowest. This is the second lowest offensive commit in that class that we talked about with, it was Dilly's first class in terms of getting players. Scat was obviously the 0-star. Do you know who the second lowest was? Lee Faltanu was a 2-star recruit.
Yeah.
Coming out of high school. So again, just goes to show you maybe 2 of the best players on the team.
2-star's a thing?
I guess. According to this, again, like... You never know at this point, man. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Big additions. Again, literal for Jermaine Mitchell, the number 1 offensive tackle at the JUCO level, number 1 player at the JUCO level in the country, committing to Arizona State, flipping from Georgia to the Sun Devils, and then, of course, on the defensive side of the ball, getting Kirtland as well. I think is going to be massive. And the reason it's massive is because Arizona State is losing a number of players along the offensive line and the defensive line. We're going to tell you about those players that the Sun Devils are losing and one potentially that they could still lose that's not on that list on the other side of this quick break.
Always go check out Arizona Lottery, especially around this time of year, because obviously with holiday scratchers, you can buy a bunch for the perfect stocking stuffer, or you can just try to stuff your pockets with up to $250,000 in prizes from Cash Countdown or with Candy Cane Cash, which smells just like peppermint. Plus, you can dash to instant prizes with holiday fast play tickets, and right now Arizona Lottery and Circle K are partnering up to give away free gas for a year to 2 Players Club's members. They'll win free gas for a year at Circle K. All it takes is 100 Players Club points. You need points to enter. Head to your local Circle K, pick up a $10 lottery ticket, then enter it into the Players Club at azplayersclub.com to receive 10 points per dollar spent. Then redeem your points for an entry into the drawing. So make sure to enter by December 31st for your chance to win big. Arizona Lottery, play and gift today.
Guys, when it comes to money, there are a ton of different avenues that you guys can go, and you need somebody that you can trust. And not only do you need someone you can trust, well, you need a checking account, point blank period. And make sure that you guys sign up for Mountain America Credit Union's My Style checking account. The reason you should sign up is because that account specifically has perks just for you. We tell you about them every single day. You guys can enjoy restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, loan rate discounts, identity protection, offers on travel and events, and more. That's right. There is more. Make sure you make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Plus, they're going the extra mile to support local student athletes, providing $20,000 in scholarships to local student athletes each year. Of course, Mountain America dedicated to guiding members and communities forward. Learn more at macu.com/ASU, insured by NCUA. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. Loans on approved credit.
There's some conversation in the chat as we remind you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. From Tanner Levitt says, what do we get for $5,000?
24-hour stream.
12-hour stream.
24 hours straight.
12 hours.
5,000?
10,000, 24 hours straight.
No, 5,000, dude.
12 hours.
I don't want to commit to another 20.
We'll do a 12-hour stream.
Can you commit to that, Totri?
A 12-hour
For
stream?
5,000?
Sure. If we get
Yeah.
$5,000,
5,000,
yes.
12-hour stream.
Yes, we can commit to doing a 12-hour stream.
Yeah, 12-hour stream for 5,000. But we got to get to 250 first. What are we at right now?
Still 105.
105? We didn't get more than that with the...
No, still 105.
Okay. We are at 105.
We are. Thank
Woo!
you. Thank you, Rubus.
Oh, no, I was just
I see some
confirming.
questions and comments in the chat about it. And again, this isn't like reporting anything. How much do we think this is going to make a difference, the addition of Jermaine Mitchell, in terms of maybe trying to get Sam Levitt back?
Dude, that's the biggest position that you would go after for a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's the left tackle.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah. I mean, I think money is number one.
I disagree.
And
Yeah,
then
so do
number
I.
two,
I don't-
disagree.
offensive line.
And I will tell you, with knowledge of that situation, that money is
That's
not
perfect.
the number one thing.
Then there we go. Then this is the most important thing.
So do you think it makes a difference?
Probably.
A massive
I can't imagine that it doesn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
like,
I
look
can't
what we
imagine
got.
it's like, oh, well, that makes me want to go there less.
Ooh, Ruby the Warden.
Oh, that's a good nickname. I
Ruby
like
the
that.
Warden.
I like
just
that.
like it because it's like an authoritative.
Well, yeah, because like all my other nicknames are like Chicken Little
yeah.
and like Old Dog Legs.
You really hate that.
I really do. You know, you went away from the good ones, like Professor Oates.
I honestly
That's a good
forget
one.
your nicknames. Most
There's
of
a
the time.
lot.
There's a lot. You gotta write them down.
There's
for
a
me.
lot.
Bansheezy in chat. Levitt's future is solely dependent on his opinion of the offense's potential. Has to be, but I could absolutely see Oregon be very appealing to Levitt. I mean, we'll see what happens with Dante Moore at Oregon. Again, the money is not a driving factor in what Sam Levitt does. He's going to get paid handsomely wherever he goes, even if he opts to stay at Arizona State. That is certainly, not a reason for him potentially entering the transfer portal. But there does need to be a serious look at the offense, not just along the offensive line, but at the wide receiver position, the center position, the tight end position, even at the running back position in terms of adding more guys too. This offense as a whole just needs to improve, right? And that's not necessarily trying to put down players that were on this team in the 2025 season, but you got to call it what it is. And this offense wasn't good last year. It was not good in the season that we just watched, right? It was so much so that you go back to the Territorial Cup, the offense lost this team the game. The offense, in my mind, lost this team a number of its games this season based off the way that the defense performed, right? You could make the argument that the offense lost them the Mississippi State game. I know that you had that fluke play at the end. I still think the offense, specifically that first half offense, was putrid enough to put the entire blame of that Mississippi State loss on the offense.
Yeah.
Right? Houston, I think you could argue maybe the same thing, right? And of course, against Arizona, you have to put that in there too. The offensive line is a great starting point. Again, I don't think this is the only addition to the offensive line that you're going to see. There needs to be additions at wide receiver. You need to make decisions about the tight end position because you currently have a lot of younger players at that tight end position. You lost Shaman. I know you've got some recruits at that position. Are you going to go get a transfer? Also, the quarterback room as a whole. I know somebody earlier in the chat was asking about Cam Dyer and asking, why are we not talking about him or Butter? Are they not, able to fill the role? The answer to that question is no. Right now, absolutely not. Butter is not going to fill that role. He worked with the scout team all of last year. So it would be a massive jump for him to make that jump. In terms of Cam Dyer, I think there is an interesting conversation of like, does Cam Dyer stay at the quarterback position or does Cam Dyer potentially move out to wide receiver, right? I think that is certainly a point of conversation that needs to be had. We will see. And then, of course, you're bringing in Jake Fetty, who I don't know if you guys have seen the latest, what he's been doing. He is just an absolute animal out there.
Yeah.
So I think, in all honesty, at the quarterback position, like we're talking, if Sam comes back, you're looking at Sam, you're looking at Fetty, and then I would say you need to go add another veteran guy. So, like, the quarterback position is, of course, the most important position on the field, and there's still some questions that need to be answered about whether or not Sam Levitt is going to come back or not.
Papa Ruby.
Woo!
105.
Wow.
Dang.
Huge.
Shout out Papa Ruby.
So we're at 210.
Up to 210. Only $40 away from a Shark Tale watch along.
$40
Things you love to see.
away.
Things you absolutely
Thank
love
you,
to
Papa
see.
Rube.
Aaron in the chat saying Fetty season. It will be at some point. We'll see if it's this year or if it is down the line. Again, a lot of it hinges on what Sam Levitt, his future looks like, whether it's at Arizona State or beyond.
Desert
Kid's kind of funny. I kind of like him.
Yeah, kid, stay in here. He said, my wife left me for my brother on my birthday. I don't think that's true, but
it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Ooh, can I tell you guys, completely sidetrack? I came up with a movie script idea. You ready for this? Dark comedy movie about a kid who Santa Claus is real in this universe, and he wants to kill Santa because he got him coal for Christmas one year, and everyone's like, dude, that was your parents. He's like, no, it's Santa, I saw him. And so then it transitions to 6 years later, and he's a teenager, and the whole time he tries to kill Santa, and he actually kills him.
How does he kills him on Christmas?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
wouldn't that rip?
It's definitely a dark yeah.
It's kind of like the Santa Claus movie where he killed Santa and then they took over for him.
But he didn't kill Santa on purpose.
Still killed him.
No, man.
You've seen that movie, right?
No.
The Santa Claus?
No.
Really?
Come on, man.
You would like the Santa Claus.
Come on, man. That's like, have you seen Elf?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen Elf.
Okay, just making sure.
Those aren't on the same level.
No,
Elf is
but it's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah.
No, I have not seen it. Rob says, do we think Fetty affects Weston Nielsen? I don't know, man. I really have no idea what the Weston Nielsen situation is going to look like. I know he has got a ton of offers on the table. In Arizona State is certainly in play for him. They have been really shooting their shot to try and get him. It's just a matter of what he decides at the end of the day. But there's certainly a shot there, which would be massive just in terms of, again, continuing to get high-level recruit at that quarterback position year over year. You can never have too many talented quarterbacks on the roster. But again, kind of getting back to where this conversation all started, along the offensive line and the addition of Jermaine Mitchell, the reason you needed to add a guy like Jermaine, and the reason you likely need to add other guys, Erik, is because you have lost a number of guys out of eligibility. Ben Coleman, he's been a staple along this offensive line for the last 2 seasons. We know he didn't really get a fair shake this year being able to play because of injury. Josh Atkins, your starting left tackle the last 2 seasons, he's out of eligibility. Your starting right tackle, Max Ahanachor, he's out of eligibility. Your starting right guard, Kyle Scott, he's out of eligibility. And then maybe one of your favorite Arizona State Sun Devils of all time, Jameto Obibo. He is out of eligibility as well.
I'm so sad that we just found out that is actually how you pronounce his name.
Yeah,
because I wish I would have been saying that the whole time.
Yeah.
Obibo.
I played the fifth on Jameto.
Old McBebo had a farm.
I've said mine.
I mean,
I've said my piece.
You've been saying Malik McClain, Jameto was like
those are my guys.
Those are your dudes.
Those are my guys. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of turnover. But again, you look at. I mean, you didn't have Ben for a majority of this season, right? And you look at a couple of other guys as well, and they've had really good moments in their time here at Arizona State. But I don't know if there was ever a long stretch of time last season or this season where I was thoroughly impressed by the offensive line. I think Texas Tech, I think Texas Tech, especially because, but why were we really impressed?
Yeah, you had Stewart and Poulet in.
Right. And so it's not really okay, those guys that are on the graphic were holding it down. This offensive line, I don't really care who's playing. At the end of the day, you just got to not get flagged. Every possession.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make a massive. And again, look, I think it's so much deeper than that specifically. And size is obviously great to have, but Shane, when Dilly first came here, and we were kind of going back and forth on why Kenny Dillingham's offense, why they were so good. What were the 2 reasons why that Kenny Dillingham's offense was always super, super successful everywhere? Do you remember off the top of your head?
Well, yeah, the biggest thing was the run game.
Yeah.
With the offensive line, and that kind of sets everything else up.
Yeah, I mean, it set everything else up, and then Bo Nix never got sacked at Oregon.
Yeah.
Right? He was always upright. And again, I think
that also comes with teaching.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I think this year specifically, you didn't necessarily... You had a solid ground game, which is honestly impressive given what you had on the offensive line and its ceiling and, maybe it's lack thereof a real push up front. You are shooting to have a top 15 ground game in the country every single year. That's what Kenny Dillingham's offenses do. They run the ball well. They keep their quarterback upright. Arizona State, I want to say, they were top 5 in sacks allowed in the Big 12 this season. Not good enough.
Yeah.
Not a good enough ground game consistently week in, week out. And again, I think going into game plans, right, there wasn't enough of an emphasis on running the football either. And then this team would get down because they started slow and they'd have to abandon the ground game. So it was a number of different things, but it all starts up front. If you want Sam Leavitt to come back to Arizona State and have a successful offense, you need Sam Leavitt to be healthy, right? If you need him, what are ways that he stays healthy? Well, he doesn't take hits. He took far too many hits this season early on, right? Now, part of that isn't just the offensive line. I think part of that is also him and his running style. He doesn't like to slide. He likes to get every inch, every yard, which if you saw last night in the Patriots-Giants game, maybe just slide. Maybe just step out of bounds. It's okay. The longer career that you want to have, maybe be a little smarter when it comes to that situation. Now, I get it. It's like 4th and 1. You need an extra yard. You're diving for the end zone. I get that. But not every single play do you need to make that effort. Sometimes you got to work smarter, not harder in these types of situations. So keeping Sam upright, or whoever is playing quarterback for Arizona State next season, and then also being able to have a true threat at, running the football. And I just don't think this group was good enough in 2025 to get that done. But I think clearly there is an emphasis on getting it fixed in 2025. And again, this offensive line is going to look wildly different than it did a year ago.
As it should, right? And the thing with Sam, and maybe this is just a conversation to get into more like in depth later on, and maybe we know more about his decision or when we're talking about his potential decision. The best quarterbacks pick their moments and know when they need to do that and when they don't. And I don't think a small part of the reason why we are sitting here and Sam Leavitt missed the last half of the season was because he got hit so many times and because he ran so many times and he put his body on the line, which is admirable and risky.
Yeah.
So it's on Sam to also keep Sam upright, whether he's playing at ASU in the future or not. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I wanted the offensive line to look pretty different going into next year simply because I have faith in hitting the portal and recruiting. And I think this has already been a fantastic start for them.
1,000%. And flipping it to the defensive side of the ball, because again, when we talked about Kirtland earlier, right? You're losing just as many key pieces on the defensive line if you're an Arizona State Sun Devil fan, right? Justin Watley, who was arguably one of the best transfer portal additions that Kenny Dillingham has ever had at Arizona State, especially given the way that he played down the stretch for the Sun Devils in 2025. He's at eligibility. Clayton Smith, who's been a staple on this defensive line since Kenny Dillingham got to Tempe, right? A former Oklahoma Sooner, former 5-star kid that transferred to ASU and improved along the defensive line. Anthony Cooper, it's time for him to get a job, right? Prince Dorba, Jacob Kangaika, Elijah O'Neal, a bunch of key rotational pieces.
I mean, this is much more impactful, I think, than the offensive
Well, these
line.
guys produced. I think these guys produced at a ridiculous rate. Part of the reason why Arizona State's defense was so good is because they always made teams one-dimensional because they could stop the run. And when you're stopping the run, it's thanks to these guys. And they are all out of eligibility. We'll see if Elijah O'Neal protests and can get, I think, one more year, I think. I don't know if he'll do it or not. But you're losing a bunch of key guys, and then there's one name not on that list that could still leave, and that's CJ Fight.
Yeah, I mean, who definitely is going to be getting NFL interest. The defensive line concerns me a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more. You're going to need to hit the portal hard.
And
now, Joshua Shanklin,
who
was the number 1 JUCO edge last year, he'll be playing next year. Right.
Albert Smith,
Ramar Williams,
Michael Gardner, who missed the entire year, the former Oregon transfer. Excited to see what he does.
Yeah,
Zach Swanson, if he can stay healthy, and then of course you talk about Kirtland. There's a number of players, in all honesty, that are in play to get some playing time along the defensive line. You're going to have a wide open competition. For those 4 spots up front.
Absolutely, and I definitely think you're going to be bringing somebody in. You're going to be seeing some guys on that defensive line.
Would you have, if you could only pick one?
Shark Tail Watch Along.
No.
Oh.
Would you rather
$45
get from the portal? And this question holds for chat. This question holds for the Deli Man. Would you rather get an elite level edge rusher in the portal or an elite level interior defensive tackle?
I will answer that question.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh.
Breaking news, question mark?
Oh.
So yes, Lapuahu. Oh.
Lapuahu?
I think.
Are you having a stroke?
I think this just happened.
Breaking news, my heart is stopping.
Yeah, are you having a stroke over there, man?
This was way before. Sorry. Never mind. This is just a locked.
Oh yeah,
post.
the 6'5", 315. Yeah,
we'll
the
be
offensive
back
lineman.
right after this break.
Circle K! They're trying to help you save money, ladies and gentlemen, with Inner Circle. It's their free membership program that takes literally that long. Takes that long to sign up. All you got to do, go to the App Store, download the app, enter email, phone number. Boom. That is it. You are a part of the Inner Circle. And what's better than being part of the Inner Circle? Well, saving money, which you get to do with Circle K's free membership program. Literally, you're going to go to Circle K. You're going to pull up to the pump. You're going to type in your phone number. In your first 5 fill-ups, being a part of Inner Circle, you guys are going to save 25 cents per gallon. The deals, they don't stop there, though. Of course, they've got deals on snacks, on drinks, and they've got these beautiful things called Inner Circle Fuel Days, where you guys could save like 40 to sometimes 50 cents off per gallon on gas. Plus, I think we're on the TVs now. So,
dude, we are. Yeah, I got a text earlier today. Somebody saw us on the gas station TVs.
It was Bo for a month. Or for like 2 months, and now finally PHNX Sun Devils.
Yeah, and I was filling up gas yesterday, and I was like, "Whoa!"
It's our time, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details.
Look, if you want to fill up in gas, then drive on over to the west side. Chicken and Pickle is your place to go. In Glendale, your go-to spot for good food, good friends, and of course, great fun.
Good vibes.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing.
Great pickles.
Great pickleball,
Great
indoor
chickens.
and outdoor pickleball court, delicious food, Sunday brunch buffet, yard games, a full bar with seasonal cocktail and local favorites, plus much more. It's your go-to spot for
dirty talk.
a family. For a family outing, for a date night, you want to go play some pickleball with some friends. You're trying to, get ready for a Cardinals game or any event out there. Chicken and Pickle is the place to go. Visit Chicken and Pickle at 9330 West Hannah Lane in Glendale, located in Westgate. Family-friendly fun awaits. Visit chickenandpickle.com to plan your visit today. Sharon! $20, and now we're at $225. That puts us $25 away from a Shark Tale watch along.
Bad math.
What?
Bad math.
What are we at?
230 now.
We're at 230, so we're $20 away.
I thought we were at 205.
No, we were at 210. We were at 105.
Let
Then
the
Papa
deli
Ruby
man
doubled
do
that.
his job.
Okay. Sorry.
Eric never believes.
At least he
me.
apologized. He
I'm
apologized
sorry.
to the deli
I'm
man.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Buddy. Okay, we're good. Hit the like button. Short Bus Comedy. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one right now, but sure, if he wants to commit to Arizona State, I will surely give it a shot. Okay, so
Edge rusher.
Why?
I mean, it's just like, hey, look, obviously having premium at either position is going to be massive.
Yeah, premium beef.
But the guy who's going to get to the quarterback.
Okay, deli man, deli boy.
My biggest addition in this cycle.
No. Would you rather have a elite level edge rusher edition or an elite level interior defensive lineman edition?
Allen
wants an edge rusher. Van Sheesy wants an edge.
Edge is the sexiest position, like by far.
We did it.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
Sorry, that's exciting. Sorry.
Interrupting conversation.
This is tough because I would say probably IDL just because you're losing more interior. And yeah, you're losing Cooper. I know Watley was technically an edge, but he was big. CJ Fight
edge.
Big.
CJ Fight's still kind of TBD.
Yeah, but you're probably losing him, I would assume, because he's so
if
good.
you don't, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be really
yeah,
awesome.
if CJ Fight leaves, I would go IDL. If CJ Fight stays, I'd go edge.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go interior defensive lineman, just because I think again like interior defensive linemen at the college level, especially in this conference, are so rare.
Well,
to have elite ones.
One of the biggest problems, which I pointed out before the game started against Noah Fafita, was you couldn't get any pressure inside.
Yeah.
To stop him from throwing over the middle of the field.
Give me like a Dante Corleone. Give me a what's his name? Give me Big Citrus. Give me some of those Those types of defensive linemen are what they do, not just for the defensive line, but what they do for the linebackers behind them, eating up blocks. Like, it is so wildly massive. Literally, And I get it. Like you guys said, the edge rusher is a sexy position. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not going to cry over either one.
No, I'd like both.
Yeah.
I would definitely like both.
Why not both?
I believe Short Bus donated $20.
Short Bus.
Somebody else donated $5. So that puts
Anonymous,
us at $255. So we'll be doing a Shark Tale watch along. We will be doing recreations of every Jesus Gomez game-winning field goal, and we'll do a dance party this season, and we'll do a dance party.
Not throughout his whole career.
Not the one that got Herm fired.
Yeah.
Oh, we maybe should do that one too.
No. And we'll be doing a dance party at the end, and we still have a chance.
Yeah, we had less than $250 away from an Iron Devils workout.
We got about 20 minutes left in the show, I'd say. 15,
Shane
20
did
minutes.
not want to do that one, by the way, at all.
The Iron Devil one?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to do it.
He doesn't want to do that
Don't donate,
whatsoever.
please.
Again, you got the first day of early signing period tomorrow. So, of course, we will be locked into all things Arizona State recruits during Wednesday's show. But looking past 2026 to 2027, Rubus, Sun Devils got their first commit of that 2027 class. And, of course, it's Hines Ward going to work, getting 4-star wide receiver Nico Bland from California. Again, a class of 2027 kid, 6'1", nearly 200 pounds, got really good size for a prototypical college wide receiver. I think he'll probably put on some weight when he gets here. But, I mean, what better way to start class of 2027?
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take a 4-star wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll take a 4-star one. Don't worry about it.
What I will say is Hines quote retweeted his commitment, saying, let's see. Yeah, Hines Ward quote retweeted Nico's commitment, saying, geez, I can't find it.
You got it?
He might, did he delete it?
What did he say?
He said, like, the next generation starts now or something. Something
Why would he
along those
delete
lines.
that?
I don't know. Maybe it was from one of his other Twitter accounts.
His burner?
Sure.
Heinz burner?
But makes me feel confident that he's going to stick around, which is something, again, that you really, really need, is consistency in terms of, like, this coaching staff. And, Hines Ward had his opportunities to go to the NFL last offseason. So this makes me feel good that Hines is, despite Jordan Tyson likely heading in the draft, he still hasn't necessarily committed or declared. But he did participate in senior day as a non-senior. So that makes it pretty obvious. So to get not only the 4-star, but maybe a little bit more assurance that Hines Ward is going to be here for the long haul is super, super huge.
Doug mentioned his alter ego when he's in Camp T.
Hines Ward. Yeah.
Hey, AZ Cats G7163 donated $5.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. One of the nicer U of A fans.
Yeah, Wes Beasy says he's a 10-600 guy too. Kid can play, kid can run, kid can do it all. And he's only going to get better as a player. So that is going to be massive. Again, we'll see. I don't ever like to get my hopes up too much when it comes to 4-star, 5-star, because like we said earlier in the show, you never know it until that pen hits paper and you see him in that team's jersey. Mm-hmm. They can really do anything at that point in time. So we'll see, but it doesn't hurt in terms of like a social bump to see that you got a 4-star 2027 wide receiver.
It's not a bad thing.
No, absolutely not. And then, of course, you get those JUCO offensive and defensive linemen with transfers coming in. You get transfers going out. And the first Arizona State Sun Devil to announce that they are hitting the transfer portal is linebacker Tate Romney.
How do you feel about this?
I feel fine about it. I think A.J. Cooper has done a really, really nice job with his linebackers over his 3 years at Arizona State. I think, again, there were some folks on the internet that were maybe expecting Tate Romney to be a starter in what's going to be his final year of eligibility going this year. I disagree entirely and wholeheartedly with that. I don't think there was ever a chance that Tate Romney was going to start in his final year of eligibility, considering Cyrus Fiaseu has his medical red shirt, so odds are he's back. And Martell Hughes has been a monster really every time he's been in the ball game. Yeah. I know he had an interception against U of A get wiped out, but if it wasn't for that, he would have led the team in INTs outright, which would have been just crazy for a young linebacker like that. So you've got Cyrus.
Who wasn't on the field as much as somebody who would lead the team in interceptions.
Absolutely. Like a guy like Keith, right? And
he's
again,
got instincts, man.
He does. He's big too. Somebody that can really, really play all over the field, which I think is really useful to this defense. He's big. You bring in, so you've got Zyrus and you have Martell Hughes. I think those are your two starting linebackers. Of course, you lose Keyshawn Elliott and Jordan Crook.
Which sucks.
It does suck. It absolutely does suck. But you look at the class of 2026 and some of the younger linebackers that Arizona State is bringing in that class as well. They're bringing in Mason Martin, the 6'3", 220-pound linebacker from Missouri. Interested to see him here. And then somebody that I've been big on since he committed is the 3-star linebacker Oscar Aguilar, 6'3", 205 pounds. Needs to put on some weight, or they'll probably shift him to DB. We'll see. But
it's a fine position to be lighter at if you had if you had to pick one because of the 4.25. Right.
Yeah. But you've added those two guys, which is probably more linebackers than you are usually going to add. So you've got those two. You've got Prairie Young Blacko. You've got Tristan Bacon. Like, you've got a bunch of younger linebackers.
Just the best names of all time.
You've got a lot of younger linebackers in this room already that are going to need to take that next step. And I think, in all honesty, I think Arizona State's going to go add a linebacker. I think they'll go add a veteran linebacker in the portal. We know that Arizona State over the last several years has had no issue rotating in the two deep linebackers, right? You got Keyshawn Elliott. You had Jordan Crook. You had Zyrus Fiaseu and Martell Hughes the last several seasons. Of course, you've got two proven guys. We'll see how Zyrus recovers from his surgery. But him, Martell, and then I think you need two rotational pieces. Odds are you get a veteran through the portal, and then maybe you get one of these younger guys to kind of fill the void or fill the role that Martell played over the last couple of seasons as a young guy that rotates in. But honestly, like, AJ Cooper does such a phenomenal job at the linebacker position. It's something that I've really tried to hammer home the last two off seasons, and I feel like nobody really gives him the credit that he deserves. If Brian Ward ever leaves Arizona State, AJ Cooper should absolutely be the odds-on favorite to be the defensive coordinator at Arizona State. Not just for the way he coaches, not just for the way he recruits, but just as a whole, everything that this guy does for this program. He certainly deserves some love for what he's done, because I think, in all honesty, outside of running back, has there been a more consistent position since Kenny Dillingham was named the head coach than linebackers? I don't think there has been.
Well, is there a better – because they were all in the same transfer class, right? Crook,
Keyshawn,
Elliott, and Zyrus?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's a nuts linebacker core.
Yeah.
So just wait on it.
And he pulled them from smaller schools, right? New Mexico was one.
Arkansas.
And, Arkansas was Crook, which is wild to me that he couldn't find any playing time on that sorry-ass defense.
And San Diego State.
And San Diego State was Zyrus.
Yep, so two Mountain West and an SEC.
Yeah. And then, I mean, and I know we keep on talking about stealing from other schools, and a name that popped in my mind earlier, obviously not a defensive player, but Xavier Guillory, who's playing at Idaho State.
Yeah.
Great,
right?
Great dome or bubble. They have a bubble.
Oh, the stadium?
Yep.
Gotcha.
So it's when you look at JUCO, when you look at linemen and stuff, adding from these smaller schools, you should still be very, very excited about, especially with how this staff has identified talent.
CJ Warner, so does late third really appeal to CJ not to stay another year?
I think there's a chance he stays.
Yeah, for sure. Here's the thing with CJ is, I know right now, as he says, he's not being mocked in the first two rounds. That being said, so much changes, and CJ Fight is one of those guys that's going to test so well.
Yeah.
I just think teams are going to love him.
His measurables aren't great. He's
his
big,
RAS,
but he's not tall.
His RAS score isn't going to be great, but
he's a freak of nature on the field.
Exactly.
I think when they
he's gonna
watch
run a
his tape,
he's one of the players that's he's going to be a run stuffing defensive tackle that rotates in an NFL defense.
He's going to run a fast 40. When teams interview him, they're going to be blown away.
Yeah.
If he wants to, he could definitely raise his draft stock substantially. I think
Keith Abney could too.
Oh,
and again, I think Keith's gone. I think he's 100% going to declare for the draft, which, again, after the season you've had, sure. I think if he were to come back, he would be considered a top 2, maybe top 3 corner in the country.
Yeah.
Again,
he might be a first round pick.
So. If he were to come back. But again, that's a position that things change, right? And you're so highly evaluated by what you do season by season. So I don't expect Keith to come back. If he did, that would be incredible. And the same, again, goes for CJ. I think there's a little bit more of a 50-50 in my mind for CJ.
Yeah.
He's got an NFL future. I think the question is, do you go now or do you wait and put another year of tape out there.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's the question. Of course, we will keep you guys 100% locked in throughout the entire offseason. We appreciate everybody stopping by, everybody donating. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Let's give everybody one more chance, guys.
One more chance before we do a dance party.
If you want to see us work out with Joe Connolly and the Iron Devils, we're going to try to make it happen for you if we get to $500 before the end of the show. We're 240 short, so it's going to take some team power, but we can get there.
I will say thank you all for the 260, though. I mean, that's awesome.
Incredible.
So awesome.
Not only because we get to now watch Shark Tale with all of you, but also because this goes to
all
a
of you
great
to be
cause.
there, by the way.
This just goes to a great cause and helping out Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. $20 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much. Helping out Big Brothers Big Sisters of America actually makes like a difference.
It does.
With a lot of young people's lives. And, you know, when you have the opportunity, and I know money is always hard to come by, and it's Ransom says, I donated 20. I'm not anonymous. I want the glory. That's awesome. Like, when money is not easy to part with. So anybody who donates $1, or if you're not able to right now, like, we don't want you to feel bad, but if you are able to, we really do appreciate it.
You know what you can do that doesn't require money? Be a big.
Yeah, be a big.
Yeah.
Find your local Big Brothers Big Sisters and be a big. It makes such an impact on these kids' lives.
Yeah. There's a lot that you can do beyond monetary reasons, but if you have the means to part with a little bit, we are now $220 away from doing an Iron Devils workout. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to hit that $1,000 beer mile unless somebody comes through with a
definitely not going to hit that
$700-ish
$5,000 threshold
for the 12-hour stream.
Yeah. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Let me get warmed up and stretched for this dance party.
We do have a dance party before we get to the dance party, because I imagine there potentially will be a mass exodus. If you enjoyed today's content, again, we will be having a show tomorrow right here, same time, same studio, except we will have a special guest. We are set to have the newest Arizona State defensive line JUCO transfer, Kirtland Bakalahi, on the show. I know Rubus is super excited to ask him about Australia.
Let's go!
I'm super excited to ask him about football. So that will be awesome.
The two most important things, Australia and football.
You guys are here for that. And if you enjoyed all of the content, give the show a follow at PHNX _Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony _Totri. You can follow old dog legs here at Erik Ruby. That is Ruby. That's Erik with a K.
Ruby with a B.
And you can follow the Deli Man at Shane Deep.
Ready to dance as always.
Okay, what are we dancing to?
What do you mean? Dance to our normal.
We're dancing to wind music?
Yeah. It's the best dance party.
Can we turn
Dude,
it up?
I think
though?
we need to kind of clear the floor.
I don't know if we need to clear the floor. Do we want to go like one by one here? Is that
like a dance circle? I think we need
Somebody's got to be on the mic at all times.
Yeah,
So.
I got it.
Oh, do you now?
Chad, you can still donate.
Derek, come in here.
Derek, we're doing a dance party.
Derek, we're dance party.
We're dance partying, Derek.
I don't know. For this? Come on.
I don't think we need to move stuff around. I think you can go behind it. I think you're fine. No. Dude. You're putting it back.
Change the stuff for the next show anyway.
Chad, I love you. Yeah.
Do it for the kids. Go, Derek.
Wow.
I like the hat.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Head spin, Totri. Don wants you to head spin. Sure.
I mean, I gotta do the work.
Chad, we love you. Oh, we got something else. Hold on.
Wow, okay.
We all silly like the mayor.